Hello. I'm excited. What? Hi everyone. My name is Phoenix. It's good to meet you all. How are you? Um, I tried recording this video probably over a month or two ago, like January time, and it just wasn't right. I had an emotional day that day. I felt a lot of energy that day. My heart's beating fast. I felt a lot of energy that day, and it was a rough one. I kept getting interruptions. My storage died multiple times, and I'm sitting here doing work, and I'm like, you know what? Today's the day, kid. And so I'm like, let me just pull out my phone and get it together right now. Actually, um, I thought about for a minute. Actually, I was sitting outside under the moon, next to the mailbox, and I was looking up at the night sky, and I was like, dang, what do I want to make my first video about? You know, I thought about making a very smaller introduction video, just something that could be tiny, to just get you guys like used to my face and familiar, and to just say hello, this is my name, this is what I do, and like welcome to this channel, and to like share it out before making a bigger video. But I feel like talking today, and I feel like sharing today. I have my little wall. Oh, I don't know what I can say or show because I haven't looked up the guidelines for YouTube yet. I actually don't know. I'm not unfamiliar to technology, but YouTube is new for me, and I'm excited to have you guys here and to be like starting this journey with me, as an artist. And I guess I'll tell you a little bit about me, but specifically for this video, I wanted to make a video talking about me working as an artist and me working, with a platform like this, and just building community in an artist way, in a digital way. Please excuse me if I have dandruff. Don't look into the camera and try to like, yeah, all right. But I wanted to do something of that nature to talk about my journey with that a little bit, and just like breaking out into my own confidence as an artist, as a creator, and creating a platform specifically is what I wanted this first video to be about. If I already said something and I didn't answer what it was that I said, that means I lost my train of thought. And so you just gotta flow with me. But my name is Phoenix, and I am an artist, and I live in Louisiana, and I love it here. I'm grateful to be here. I love the agriculture. I love the way that it looks. I love looking at the fruit trees. I love driving across the lake. I love so much about it. I love all places in the world. I love seeing, I love traveling, and that's just a part of who I am as a person naturally, just exploring, seeing, wondering, having just that curiosity and that space for knowledge, and wanting to just like touch everywhere and have so many different avenues of life in my hands, and having my hands in so many different avenues of life is what I meant to say. And growing up, I always loved the arts. First of all, if you're gonna get used to this channel, raise your hand, everybody. Lady Gaga fan, Lady Gaga stan. I don't care for stan culture. That's a whole nother video and a whole nother day. But I think that growing up, I would rush and race home. It was an event. Nobody talked to me. I need the fast food. I need whatever my mother cooked, whatever I cooked. I need my snacks. I'm planning 3 months in advance. I need to be home from school early. I need to be in the living room. I'm telling my stepdad, don't get on the game. Don't play it. My mom, if you want to watch movies, I need you to be in your room. Maybe I'll call my cousins over, but this is a solo event for me. Are you finished? Anywho, so he's gonna bark again. But anywho, that was an event for me, and that event that I'm referring to is the award shows. And I remember it being like 2013, 2014, and Lady Gaga performed at the VMA Awards. She performed at an awards show. There may even be a little splice between what I was saying and just now, because once again, I don't know if I can even say the name of that award show on here yet. Lady Gaga performed at an award show, and she was performing Applause off of her album Art Pop. And I remember sitting on like the floor of the sofa and watching that performance as an artist, from a theatrical standpoint, from an artist standpoint, as a young queer creative kid, and saying like, well, I'm gonna be on stage. That's what I need to do. But I was always so shy about it. I harnessed I was and I wasn't, you know. I harnessed so much energy within me that gave me so many different perceptions surrounding like who I thought that I was and what I thought that I could do, and perceptions around what my actual power was. It's like, I said this recently, it's like I always had a flame within me and a passion for sharing and communicating with other individuals. I always knew that I always had a heart. I'm just going to keep talking. I always knew that I always had a heart for wanting to share with other people, to talk to other people, to create with other people, to connect with other people. Community and culture and learning and sharing, and that process is everything to me. That rebirth, that continuous, you know, flow of life, of existence, of being an artist is everything to me. And I would be in the shower performing like it's nothing. Can't curse because I don't know, you know, YouTube guidelines, but performing like it's nothing. I would come home from my sophomore year, from my 8th grade year, and take off my book sack, and I would change clothes. And every night before I would get into the shower, before I would go to bed, I would put on my headphones and I would dance like I'm at Madison Square Garden, like I'm performing at a stage in New Jersey, like it was nobody's business. And I'm in front of that mirror and the lights are off. I have a candle lit. My shirt is off. I'm an overweight kid. That's where I found my confidence. You know what I mean? And I would perform and perform and perform. And then I would leave out of my room. And then my mom would say, "Are you dancing in the bathroom?" And I would say, "No." That's what I would say. No. Whoa. Dust. All right. That's what I would say. And I would go to school and I would think about all of the different plays and movies and things that I wanted to do that was going on in the clubs and all of that at school, and I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. And you know, when you grow up in high school, when you grow up in middle school and all of that, you know, and I would get on stage in elementary, right? You know, we would have these little days where we would have to get on stage and perform like songs where the family would come, and we would do square dancing once. And I was into all of that. All of that stuff I was into. The crazy hair days at school, the spirit and ribbon weeks where you have to dress up and do the crazy things, every dance, the sock hop, the 60s. I didn't care what it was. I'm going all out. I'm like the Beyonce memes that was going viral like last year. I have on that big country hat with a white t-shirt, Wrangler jeans, and my brown Timberland boots in 4th grade, and you couldn't tell me nothing. Howdy, Mac. If I could find the picture, if I learned how to digitally do this by now, then the picture will be somewhere on here. If not, then you'll see it one day. But there's a little picture of Cowboy Mike, me as a baby with a little cowboy hat on, and I love country stuff. Don't get me started. But anyways, I would use all these different things that were going on in my mind. Like, I was an overweight kid, I was queer, I was chubby, I was very bold about it. I often said this growing up, that there were so many things about myself naturally that I don't think I ever really felt bad about until I experienced the energy of other people, and I didn't have the awareness or the consciousness to understand that it was never mine to actually hold on to about myself. Like, I remember wanting to wear my arms out. I was like 300 pounds at one point, like 270. And I remember my weight being announced in front of the class in 5th grade in PE, and another student being like, "Oh my God," when they announced my weight. And I remember being like, you know, just, you know, little things like that, or being denied getting on the football team because I was over the weight limit, and just like little situations like that, that I think really struck a chord with me, in me, and really sort of made me like bleed inside a little bit. But I can also remember being in front of a mirror, putting on a tank top with my sleeves out and my arms out and being like, I'm wearing this, but then other people and other family and other friends and media being like, you shouldn't do that because you have a chest and you have a flappy chest and, you know, people doing this and stuff like that. That was the things that was like, dang, you know? And so when I would go into my middle school and my high school, and I would see the skinny, gay friends with all of the non-colored people that don't look like me, individuals getting the lead roles in every play and every film, and you know, and that comparison starts, or that energy that I was experiencing of comparison, of doubt, it I could get up on stage when I needed to. I acted in a couple of things. I did a couple of shows, right? But it was always, it's not perfect. That's that energy of perfectionism that I always experienced, or maybe I need more training, or maybe this or maybe that. And it just always kept me 3 steps left than where I knew I was meant to be in the forefront. I even had a scholarship for culinary arts and some other artistic things from like a top school in the South, and I didn't take it. I got accepted. How about this? I'll tell this quick story. I was not even supposed to audition. My aunt, and she swears to God that the story is different, and she may even see this, but this is how the story went. She had always been telling me that I was meant to go to this school and that I was meant to be in this crowd of people, but I had so many perceptions that they were bullies, that that would be a crowd that I didn't get into, that they could be discriminatory towards people like me, etc., that I just didn't have anything into it. But I was still internally experiencing that energy of like doubt, and you should be a little left of center, or maybe you can't do it, maybe you can't handle it, but just didn't understand consciously that that was energy that was not mine, right? Because I could still walk into a room and be like, boom, I'm here. Sometimes, right? I could still get up on that stage my sophomore year and perform a monologue in front of the whole class the way that I wanted to, even if I was shaking in my boots, or even if I wasn't, even if I felt that energy of shaking in my boots, right? You know? So I could still write stories. I could still do all of that. Never could dance in front of my family, you know? So there was always these two almost like contradictory energies in me. One where I could feel that flame, and one where I could feel all this other opposite energy that gave me perceptions of the way that I saw myself. And it was always when I make it, and when I study it, or when I practice it, or when I this or when I that, or not even in a way that I could consciously in the forefront of my mind say, this is the way that I'm gonna make it as an artist or as a content creator, but maybe just a little voice in the back of my head being like, oh, eventually. I remember around COVID times, me and another friend of mine tried to start a YouTube channel and start doing this, but COVID was a whole nother conversation that we could talk about another day. But that delayed me actually being in this process, and I'm glad, because I wouldn't have been able to do any of the things that I wanted to do in the way that I would have wanted to do them if I wasn't who I was right now. Do you feel me? Macaroni. But I always felt those two contradictory energies. But back to the story, my aunt tried to she set me up. Basically, I slept over there one night, and a cousin of mine was auditioning to get into this school. That is a school for like renowned arts and culinary arts and theater and music and dance and all of that. And I wake up, bonded on. I had a dyed blonde mohawk in like my 7th grade year, from like 6th to 8th grade. Like I wanted it to look like Beyonce. You remember when Beyonce performed at the Super Bowl with Bruno Mars? That was the color, the bright part of her hair, all the way at the bottom, not the dark roots. That's what I wanted my hair to look like, that color reference. And I kept dyeing it brighter and brighter and brighter. I had just a mohawk shaved on the side before I got my locks. And I woke up, hair not picked, not combed, a shirt that had bleach stains on it, basketball shorts that had holes in it, and slippers with no socks. And she was like, come on, we're going to bring your cousin to your audition. I get there and I'm notified that she signed me up for an audition too at this school, and they did not tell me, so that's how I showed up. And they asked me to put on the paper, what did you want to do? And this is how I know she set me up, because it left, the only thing when they gave me the form that was left unfilled was, what was it that I wanted to actually audition for? And I knew that it was arts, and like visual arts, performing arts, musical theater, anything of that realm. But I always had a love for cooking. I always loved to cook. My mama taught me how to cook. That's another story. My uncle, who was a chef, taught me how to cook. My family comes from a long lineage, Black Southerners, even family that extends from Kansas City, Missouri, just Southerners who love to cook. I have a love for cooking that I put down culinary arts on the paper, knowing well that it should have been that. Walked in there to this huge kitchen, didn't know what I was doing. It was all French food, fresh gardens. I had to do a test. I didn't know any of the information. I had to show them what I knew in the kitchen, all of this on the spot, and I got in. Scholarship, got in, just like that. And I still didn't take it. Went on to the high school that I was going to like it was nothing. It was like, that crowd ain't for me. And I had a whole lot of ideas in my mind about why I wouldn't be, right? Or at least a lot of energies and perceptions. But once again, there was always that backbone of like, oh, I know it. And the further I got into my journey on social media, on other social media platforms, meeting other individuals, there was so much that was told to me about, oh, this is why you experience this energy. This is how you should heal it. This is the steps that you should take to step into your highest power. And I'm grateful that I had those opportunities that helped me unlock that within myself. But let me tell you something. Until you take some time to self-isolate and get away from everybody and get away from what people are telling you or just sharing onto you, because we as people unconsciously just give our energy out to each other, our ideas, our perceptions, our fears, our worry, our anxiety, our thoughts, our desires, our shadows, our lights. We unconsciously give that to people sometimes if you do not know how to protect your energy and you do not know how to not do that. It's just a normal thing as people that we do. There's no need to feel shame about it. It's just something that you learn as you grow, right? But so much of that was being told to me, and until you self-isolate and connect a little bit higher, a little bit more, and ground a little bit into who it is that you actually are, and find that within yourself, that's when you will realize that everything will flip upside down. And it's like everything up until maybe this year, the last couple of months, that I thought that I was and that defined me, didn't and doesn't and is not me. It's weird as an artist when you have to constantly find home being in a constant state of transformation. It feels cozy to me, you know? But it's shocking, and it's peaceful, and it's right and just, and it's my birthright, experiencing who it is that I am now, and the ability that I have to get on here and say, I'm gonna make a platform and I'm gonna share it with other individuals. And I'm gonna allow other artists to, and other creatives and other people who are working a 9-to-5, who are flipping burgers, who are living in the country, who's living across the world, who wants to be an artist, who has no interest in being an artist. Everybody's an artist to me. I don't care what you do. Everybody's a creator. Every single person. I don't care what you do. I said this 1,000 times before, and I'm gonna repeat myself again. You can be writing out a new proposal as far as what you're gonna do to present that PowerPoint in your 5th grade class. You could be doodling on your arm. You could be, how am I gonna make this task faster for me at my retail job so that way I can get out of here and go home because I'm about to miss soccer practice. I don't care. I could say some other stuff too, but once again, I think that's a little inappropriate. I don't know what I could say on here yet. You're a creator and you can make it, right? Everybody's an artist for me. So me being able to sit here, authentic, real, right, and do this, I don't care that the camera's blurring, and do this and talk to people and create a community and a space where other people can come and talk and share. I want this to be a channel where I can show up and be myself, obviously, no matter what day it is, no matter how I feel, no matter what it is that I want to share or not, where other individuals can come, no matter what your spiritual background is, your religion is, no matter what color you are, no matter what you practice, no matter your career, no matter what, but a place where people can actively be and exist and just being authentic and sharing and learning and growing and sharing art with each other. There's so much on this channel that you guys will be seeing from me on the actual art side, what it is that I make and produce and create, what is a Phoenix original that I cannot wait to share with you guys. There's so many different socioeconomical and political conversations that we're going to be having on this channel. There's so much emotional conversations, story times that we're going to be having on this channel. There's so much controversy that we will be talking about on this channel. There is so much things that will just naturally happen in flow that we will be conversing about on this channel. And this is not just a place for me to show my pretty face, as pretty as it is. This is not just for that, and I hope that you do enjoy it. I bet that you do. This isn't for that. This is also for me being able to learn and grow and connect with other individuals as well, right? I want a synergistic experience making this channel. My nails are a little dirty, sorry. They're not dirty. I made a little juice this morning, and I have some natural greens, some broccoli, some celery, things of that nature that are like stuck under my fingernails right now. I promise you it ain't nothing else with that. But anyways, that's what I'm really excited to do with this channel and create with this channel. And I'm happy that I'm doing it now, because I don't think that I ever would have been able to do it I don't think I would have ever been able to do it in the way that I can now, from the perspective and the consciousness and the ability and the creativity and the confidence that I have now. I wouldn't have that, and I would have never had that if I would have tried this anytime sooner than the spring, the beautiful spring that we're in now, 2025, and I cannot wait to continue to do that. I'm trying to think about if there's anything else that I want to say to y'all. I don't know. What's your favorite fruit? Do you like pineapple? Do you like pirates? And boats? I want to go to Bora Bora. It's so cold. But I love you guys. Like, don't know me. But that is something that I will continue to do. This is something that I am very excited to grow and expand on. And I mean, it's only video 1, so you're just getting to know me. But I hope that I want to hear from you guys as well. What are things as an artist? What are things as a sensitive being? What are things as people who have had to learn and you are constantly on the voyage until the day that you are not anymore, of learning how to be authentic, of, you know, what are things in culture and society and history and music and text and food and your personal stories and struggle and generational cycles and mental health and spirituality and religions and in controversies? What are the tiny little things, such as just you simply admiring your cup of coffee in the morning, and the big things about existential life? I want to know all of it. What is it that you guys would love to hear me talk about and want to talk about and want to share with me? What are things that you don't want to hear me talk about, but you simply just want to comment on and share? And I cannot wait to connect with you guys and connect with other creators as well here. I think around the 25-minute mark is appropriate for this video. That's what I think. I don't plan on editing this at all, actually. I thought about 30, but I think we'll do 25 because we're at 24 minutes and 22 seconds as I'm counting down right now. Y'all are cute. I'm cuter. Yeah, I'm cute too. But I am very excited. I hope that you grow to know me. You will be seeing art from me and hearing different ideas from me very soon. My goal is to do about 1 of these a week. That's my goal. Could be more, could be less. We will go with the natural flow and progression of things as we grow this channel with each other. And please follow me and check me out on my other social media accounts. I have TikTok, Instagram. My TikTok's a little wonky right now because I may be going through like some, changes with that, but please follow me. My name is Phoenix.